Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever sat down, knowing exactly what you need to do, but your body refuses to move? Not because you don't care. Not because you're irresponsible. But because you feel empty. You scroll. You delay. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, and then the guilt begins. You call yourself lazy, undisciplined, weak. But what if I told you something important? You're not lazy, you're emotionally drained. And no one ever taught you the difference. Let me tell you a short story. There was a man named Arjun. Arjun was hardworking. He used to wake up early, chase goals, dream big. People admired his discipline. But slowly, something changed. He stopped waking up early. His motivation disappeared. Even small tasks felt heavy. People around him said, "You've changed. You've become lazy. You're wasting your potential." Arjun believed them. But what no one saw was what Arjun carried inside. Years of pressure. Unspoken expectations. Financial stress. The need to always be strong. The fear of disappointing others. He wasn't lazy. He was exhausted on the inside. And that exhaustion had no name, until now. What emotional drain really is? Emotional drain is not tiredness of the body. It's tiredness of the mind and soul. It happens when you give more than you receive. You suppress emotions instead of expressing them. You're constantly under pressure to perform. You live in survival mode for too long. Your body may be resting, but your mind is constantly fighting invisible battles. So when you can't focus, when motivation disappears, when even simple tasks feel impossible, that's not laziness. That's your system saying, I need recovery, not punishment. Why society gets it wrong? We live in a world that worships productivity. If you slow down, you're called lazy. If you rest, you're judged. If you pause, you feel guilty. But no one talks about emotional energy. You don't just spend physical energy every day. You spend emotional currency. Every argument. Every responsibility. Every time you force a smile. Every time you ignore your own needs. And one day, the balance hits zero. That's when people break, silently. Signs you're emotionally drained, not lazy. Listen carefully. If this is you, this video is speaking directly to you. You want to succeed, but feel numb. You procrastinate, then hate yourself for it. You feel overwhelmed for no clear reason. You're tired even after sleeping. You avoid things you once loved. You feel pressure even while resting. Lazy people don't feel guilty for resting. Emotionally drained people do. The hidden cause no one talks about. Here's the truth most people avoid. You are not tired because you do nothing. You are tired because you've been strong for too long. Strong for your family. Strong for society. Strong for expectations. Strong while ignoring your own emotions. Unprocessed emotions don't disappear. They turn into mental fatigue, loss of motivation, self-doubt, burnout. And then we blame ourselves for collapsing. Let's go back to Arjun. One day, instead of forcing himself to work harder, he did something different. He stopped judging himself. He asked one honest question. What am I emotionally carrying that I never put down? That question changed everything. For the first time, he allowed himself to rest, without guilt. To say no, without explaining. To slow down, without shame. And slowly, his energy returned. Not overnight. But naturally. This part is important. You don't fix emotional exhaustion with more discipline, more pressure, more motivational videos. You heal it with awareness and compassion. Here's where it begins. 1. Stop self-attacking. Talk to yourself like you would to a tired friend. 2. Name what you feel. Stress loses power when it's acknowledged. 3. Reduce emotional leaks. Not every battle deserves your energy. 4. Rest without guilt. Rest is not a reward. It's maintenance. 5. Rebuild slowly. Tiny actions rebuild confidence better than big promises. A powerful truth: listen carefully, your value is not measured by how much you produce. You are not a machine. You are a human being. And humans need emotional safety, recovery, meaning. The moment you stop calling yourself lazy and start understanding your emotional state, you take the first step toward healing. If you're watching this right now, feeling seen, remember this: you're not behind. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're tired in a world that never taught you how to rest. And healing begins the moment you choose understanding over judgment. Slow down. Breathe. Recover. Then rise, not from pressure, but from clarity. This is Wise Talk, where we don't shame struggle, we explain it. If this message helped you, share it with someone who's silently fighting. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do is remind each other: you're not lazy, you're human.